water or to become a soldier and change her life.
And we have business.
Economist Professor Patrick Esumeng predicts government is likely to end the year meeting its target of 11.9% following the significant drop in inflation for the month of June to 13.7%.
If we are having this number halfway through the year, then absolutely, I think the target was 11.9. There are chances are that they will probably meet it and then exceed it. So
Musbah brings us sports at 8:30 p.m.
Well, former Black Stars assistant coach Dramani backs Black Stars winger Kamaldeen Suleiman to excel in the Italian league as the winger completes a permanent switch from Southampton to Italian outfit Atalanta.
Very tactical, with all the elements, both the phases, defensive and offensive, and he will be better in that one. I'm very, very positive.
Remember, we are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Stay with us. Well, members of Parliament Economic Committee from the minority side have raised concerns about the funding source for the government 24-hour plus economic policy. Specifically, they flagged potential issues with proposed tax exemptions for participating companies. The lawmakers want clarity on how these exemptions might impact the national budget and whether the benefits of the policy will outweigh the cost. The scrutiny comes as the government prepares to implement a policy aimed at boosting economic growth and development. Now, speaking at the official launch held at the Accra International Conference Center, President John Dramani Mahama said that the Volta Economic Corridor will serve as the anchor of the 24-hour plus project, driving industrial and agro-processing activities around the clock.
That is our flagship anchor. While the 24-hour plus program is national in scope, our flagship intervention is the Volta Economic Corridor, a transformational effort to unlock the economic and environmental potential of the Volta Lake and its surrounding lands. Ladies and gentlemen, our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, envisioned the Volta project at Akosombo not only as a source of power to power Ghana's industrial sector. He also saw it as an integrated project that will provide agribusiness, it will provide lands for agriculture, irrigation. Unfortunately, that aspect of his vision have been lost. Today, we're recreating Kwame Nkrumah's dream.
Also, the president said that government's funding role in the 24-hour plus economy initiative will be catalytic, providing seed capital, while financing will come from banks, development finance institutions, and blended financing.
The finance and implementation institutional frameworks for 24-hour plus. The private sector will lead the 24-hour plus program. Government will facilitate and not dominate. Government will facilitate and not dominate. Any government funding in 24-hour plus will be catalytic, serving as seed funding for the 24-hour plus authority and supporting bulk infrastructure. Enterprise financing will be sourced through commercial banks, DFIs, and blended finance instruments. Fund 24 will address access to capital, collateral constraints, and the short-term nature of most of our banking finance. Credit guarantee schemes will support risk sharing without breaching our fiscal covenants with our multilateral institutions. And as announced, the Secretariat will evolve into an autonomous 24-hour plus authority that reports directly to the President. This policy is for Ghana in the future. And so when I say report directly to the President, I don't mean only this President. It will report to the next President and the next President and the next President.
Well, Special Advisor on the 24-Hour Economy Initiative, Guzi Tano, says his outfit is collaborating with the Ministry of Finance as authorities are finalizing a 24-hour plus incentive package aimed at attracting investors.
Secondly, we have presented our 24-hour plus incentives package along with its impact assessment report to the Ministry of Finance for final review and adoption. Our proposals to the Finance Minister aim to simplify incentives and eliminate unnecessary bureaucratic discretion, thereby discouraging arbitrariness and facilitating the automation of process.
Now, commenting on the major initiative, Deputy Ranking on Parliamentary Select Committee on Economy and Development, Chinebwa Kodiafuko, said Parliament will scrutinize the policy when laid before the House.
Although that makes sense, private people on their own will jump on board if they realize that there's demand for it, effective demand for this program, that they are going to produce more, i.e. producing around the clock, and there are off-takers. Why not? Funding would not be a problem. So if we start talking about funding, if we realize that funding will be, one of the issues, then it tells you we have to ask ourselves the questions that I started with again. But it's telling me there's no funding problem. But I'm coming. Whatever that we are going to use from the government side, if it's not already approved in the March budget, it's going to come. And Parliament will scrutinize it.
Fantastic.
So whatever we're doing, it should make economic sense.
Well, Head of Innovation Partnerships and the Market at the 24-Hour Economic Secretariat, Dr. Ishmael Ni Amano Dodu, joins us via Zoom for more. Grateful for your time. We understand that a chunk of the funding is supposed to come from the private sector. What specific contribution are they making towards this particular policy?
Thank you very much. As the President indicated, the government is only giving a viability fund. And what we mean by viability funds is that you set up a program of such magnitude, you have to demonstrate a skin in the game. And so what the government is presenting is actually probably is between 8 to 10% of what is required. And it's just a seed funding for us to be able to set out the program and structure the implementation strategies. Start engaging with our financing institutions and be able to put some viability funds to be able to raise the needed financing that is needed. This is a normal practice in financing, architecture, in financial engineering. So I really don't see any challenge around that. It's the best practice. If you are going out there to mobilize the money financing for such an undertaking, you have to show a skin in the game. And the skin in the game that the government rightfully had put together is between 8 and 10%, which really would form the seed funding or viability funding for us to mobilize the needed equity or debt or blended financing that we are looking at.
Now, let's look at the incentives for these companies that will be taking part in the 24-hour economy. Many are expressing the fear that the beneficiaries could be party folks. What metrics are you going to use to actually target the specific businesses that will benefit from these tax incentives?
Right. The businesses that will benefit specifically for these tax incentives are businesses that are structured along the value chains or the sectors that we have identified. Those businesses that are operating in the agricultural business sector, those that are operating in the pharmaceutical sector, those that are operating in the garment and textile sector, and those that are operating in the creative sector, as well as those in the digital economy, those structuring fintech and so on, to provide the goods and services that are mainstream across these productive sectors that we have identified. And remember that this program is so different. The difference is that we are doing an investment along the value chain. So if you take, for example, you are a cassava producer. Now, when you produce the cassava, you would receive the needed financing for you to be able to produce the cassava at the right quality and the right and the right then receive financing to be able to take the cassava and transform it into derivative products, whether in cassava flour or in industrial starch or in ethanol. And then another one would also take it, would take the ethanol into maybe beer production or some pharmaceutical production, or take the industrial starch into doing packaging that will be needed for other products to go on. Now, along all this value chain, specific businesses that are structured along the value chain will be considered for the funding as well. So what we are trying to do is to be able to unleash the full potential of each value chain and its associated industries or SMEs that are, or enterprises that are going to come out of it. The idea is to have an opportunity to create the jobs that are needed in ways that are very revolutionary and very multiplying.
I believe the point is well made. Thank you so much for your time.
Meanwhile, there has been a massive buyout of the policy by the business community, but Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, Emmanuel Cherry, says any rollout of the policy must be done in phases and coordinated to align with national development priorities.
24-hour economy can only be materialized if the private sector has a role to play, a direct role to play. The government alone cannot play that without the tacit support of the private sector players. So therefore, we have a responsibility. As we speak today, we have housing deficits, over 1.8 million in arrears as we speak, which means we must make a conscious effort that annually we must provide not less than 250,000 housing to feed the market. We travel a lot, and then we see other economies. We see how they grow. The time is come. We are lagging behind. There's so much opportunities in there. So therefore, if there is an opportunity for us to have access to energy, access to good roads, access to what we call other utilities infrastructure, why not? The private sector will take advantage, not the country entirely, but we can start piloting from some of the major cities and then spread across. And I believe we're good to go.
Let's develop the story further and go on the phone lines and speak to the Chief Executive Officer of the Association of Ghana Industry, Seth Chum Akwawa. He's joining us via Zoom. You're welcome, sir. So are Ghanaians ready for this?
Very much, and good evening to your viewers. Yes, Ghanaians should be ready for this, and we have had the opportunity of engaging the 24-hour Secretariat for some time now. So we've been quite involved in a lot of the developments that has gone on. And therefore, we cannot say we are not ready. We are indeed ready. And if you look at the Ghanaian manufacturing sector, already some of them operate on a standard hour basis, depending on the demand situation. If the demand is good, they will do 24-hour economy arrangements. So we are ready in so many respects, and we hope that the incentives that have been promised will be provided as promised. And we are ready to work with government to achieve the objective that they've set for this particular policy.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us. Now, Stephen Mensah has been speaking to a cross-section of Ghanaians to gauge their views.
People need employment, so many people need a chance to do, and it brings also competitiveness, because in a public sector per se, where you close and you go, if they compare what you had been able to do within your 8 to 5 p.m. hours and what the night guy too had been able to do, meaning the same desk, you would have different shifts and it will be competitive, you know. They compare your output, your efficiencies, and maybe that could help some of the laziness out. It could push some of the laziness out.
This is a good policy. It will help those who, there are some people who can't work daytime. They would like to work at night, you know, and then at the daytime relax. So at night, there's also a job for them. When you work the whole day, you have been paying a little. So within 24 hours, you know that maybe when I go to job, I can get this. You can go and then you close early, then you continue with your work that you do as well.
before any policy introduction, there must be a thorough stakeholder consultation. You understand? But in this sense, there hasn't been any thorough consultation. So the stakeholders and other things coming together to bring their policy and other things so that it will benefit from it. I don't think it is going to be feasible because of lack of that.
Well, away from that, Ghana's gold buying company Gold Board has made a significant buzz, dismantling an illegal gold syndicate involving 10 Chinese nationals in Asankragua. This major operation comes just 48 hours after a new law took effect, prohibiting foreign nationals from engaging in gold trading in the country. Michael Ashali reports.
Barely 48 hours after announcing the end of a grace period for foreign nationals in the gold trade, Gold Board is cracking down. CEO Sami Jemfi says some foreign traders have defied the directive, and now a 10-man Chinese syndicate operating from private residence in Asankragua.
10 of them who were hiding somewhere in Asankragua in the western region, were hiding in a private residence. So we got gold of about 1.3 kg. We got cash of about 1.3 million. So what they do is that they convert the money into casino cards. Casino cards we got, these are not all. We have a lot of them. These are not all. And when you see a casino card like this, it is money. And they are so important to them so that the casino cards were in this two huge safes that we can make available to you for you to photograph. And these are the pieces of the gold bars that we got from them. You can see that for them to have been able to convert the gold into this form, it means that they have a foundry.
We are told by the board that they managed to seize about 1.3 kg of gold, which is estimated to cost a market value of 1.4 million Ghana cedis. As well, they managed to get some cash, which has now been bagged as well. 1.3 million cedis were found on these 10 Chinese nationals that were in Asankragua. Additionally, these assault rifles were also picked up from them. This latest operation marks the 17th successful bust by the Gold Board since the new licensing law came into force. So far, over 34 million cedis in cash and gold have been confiscated, with the Western region recording the highest activity.
The operations took place at Takwa, Ahojo in the Ashanti region, Dinyame, Asankragua, Takwa, Aboso, Obuasi in the Asante region, Asankragua, which is the current one we are talking about. So 17 successful operations. So you're talking about in excess of 12 million Ghana cedis in gold. And the cash we have seized is also in excess of 24 million Ghana cedis.
Previously, foreign nationals caught in such operations were deported, but not anymore. With the grace period over, the Gold Board says offenders will now be prosecuted in Ghana.
Now the grace period is over, and we have given countless warnings upon warnings. And so when you are arrested now, there will not be anything like deportation. And so we have instructed the investigators to build a watertight case based on this solid evidence that the field operatives have made available to them.
There's expectation that more of these busts will be done across the country to make sure they confiscate more and root out the foreigners in the gold buying business. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
Now, President of the Ghana House of Chiefs, Ojiahoho Yao JB II, says the country risks losing the fight against illegal mining if political interference continues. Now, he believes the partisanship surrounding the issue is emboldening perpetrators and weakening enforcement. Now, the paramount chief of SEFI also wants all persons, including chiefs who are complicit in the illegal activity, publicly exposed to deter others from engaging in the act. Stephen Mensah has more on the following report.
An estimated 5,252 hectares of land have been destroyed by illegal mining, a battle the government insists it remains committed to fighting. However, recent attacks on Minerals Development Fund CEO Dr. Hannah Bisiu have sparked widespread public outcry over the effectiveness of the campaign, with many civil society organizations calling for the immediate ban on mining in forest reserves and the repeal of the legislative instrument 2462. President of the Ghana House of Chiefs, Ojia Ahohoya Ojebi II, says excessive political interference has derailed progress. He believes the only way to win is to name and shame all individuals, including chiefs and political actors involved.
These forests were created in 1929. And even the local people were not allowed to go there to collect snails, raffia. But now we are giving this out for people to go and do illegal, irresponsible mining. During the MPP time, we were all blaming Jubilee House. This time, NDC time, we are still blaming Jubilee House. They are involved. Let's speak out. You are media people. Let us all speak out because it affects us. Right now, water. The price of bottled water is rising. Why? Because in the villages, they don't get steam water to drink again. What is our business going to the forest in the first place? Period to the elections, we are all blaming Jubilee House. And it is true. Government officials, and even right now, NDC officials are also involved. So we should all sit down, let us expose them. Go to the village, go to where they are doing it, film them, and name and shame.
Ojia Ahohoya Ojebi II also wants government to develop a robust land zoning policy with key stakeholders to guide proper land use.
We have Institute of Surveyors, Engineers, are we engaging them? What we should realize that, unlike La Côte d'Ivoire, where government owns almost all the lands, in Ghana it's owned by the chiefs. So it is the responsibility of government and these organizations to approach Nananum. We all sit down and then zone all our cities. This should be an industrial area, that should be there, that should be there, that should be there, so that we don't get a filling station, for example, in a residential area.
Stephen Mensah for Joy News.
Well, still on Galamsey, 4 Chinese nationals arrested for allegedly engaging in illegal mining have been remanded by the Bekwai Circuit Court for 2 weeks. A 5th suspect, identified only as Lee, is on the run. According to the police prosecutor, the suspects have admitted to the offense in their caution statement. Nana Ojima has more in the following report.
The suspects were charged by prosecution on 3 counts of conspiracy to mine without lawful authority and mining without authority. They were also charged with possession of firearms and ammunition without lawful authority. According to prosecution, the suspects were arrested in an operation on the 27th July 2025 at Old Atetim in the Adanse Asokwa district of the Ashanti region for alleged engagement in illegal mining along the Subin and Jimmy rivers.
You have a Bololi number for your head? No head.
The operation was led by CEO of the Minerals Development Fund, Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisiu Korte, with her team and personnel from the Ashanti South Regional Police Command.
So what has happened is that actively they are on high alert. So any strange movement, they move out. But we are not too much into them now because you see, now we have the machine, the Onesoka.
According to the police, the suspects were actively mining at the time of their arrest. Prosecution told the court that 4 semi-automatic pump action guns and 20 BB live cartridges were retrieved from them. The police further indicated 11 excavator machines were seen at the mining sites. Part of 4 of them had been removed to immobilize the equipment. The 7 excavators were transported to the regional police headquarters and impounded. Prosecution says efforts are underway to get the one who is said to be at large. For Joy News, Nana Ojima, Bekwai.
Now, Minister for Energy John Jinapor has told Parliament some estates in Accra are alleged to have illegally connected homes to the national grid will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. 2 weeks ago, an ECG task force uncovered several homes in Rehoboth Estate in Accra were found to have illegally connected homes, and responding to questions about reducing the losses of the Electricity Company of Ghana, John Jinapor explained that management of the estate involved will be prosecuted.
Loss reduction program, which is part of the reforms being undertaken by ECG, among others, to reduce commercial losses, improve energy accounting through the installation of meter management systems, compliant repayment meters, specifically replacement of overaged and obsolete meters, replacement of faulty meters, and installation of new service connections. ECG has also constituted some task force, and they are making progress. Because recently, you would have heard that some estates have been busted, and we are arranging them before court. I'm happy to announce that there has been some significant improvement in the revenue collection following these measures that we've put in place.
Well, government says it is working to conclude a renegotiation of power purchase agreement, along with other measures to reduce ECG's losses.
The amount paid to IPPs equals what was paid to IPPs for the whole of 2024. And so if you look at the figure that IPPs have received from ECG for this year, by middle of the year, we had reached what was paid to IPPs the whole of last year. And so if you talk to the IPPs, we've tried to stay current based on what we inherited in terms of the arrangement from the previous administration. Aside that, I've directed as minister that ECG closes all their accounts which they have complied and operate one single account. And with that single account, as minister, PURC, Energy Commission, all of us can monitor the amount that comes into the account. We've also directed that they make no payments until at the end of the month, so that we can use the cash waterfall mechanism to apportion and distribute the revenues.
Now, he wants to be a soldier, and he's not letting the streets slow him down. While his mother hawks sachet water in East Legon traffic at night, 10-year-old Samuel turns her ice chest into a desk and studies under car lights. He wants to become successful one day so he can wipe the sweat of his mother's face. And MF Adeti has more.
On this busy street of East Legon, dreams do not wait for perfect conditions. They fight to survive.
Thank you. 4 + 1 is 5. And I have seen it.
On this busy street, 10-year-old Samuel is chasing his dream to serve his country as a soldier. His study table, the mother's ice chest, and the study room, this pavement. His study lamp, the bright lights from passing vehicles.
My name is Samuel Opong.
Your name is Samuel Opong. And how old are you?
10 years.
You're 10 years. Okay. What class are you?
Class 4.
Class 4. Okay. So when you close from school, you come here to do what? What do you do here?
Do my homework.
Before the city wakes, Samuel's mother, Abigail, is already cleaning offices at the University of Professional Studies. But this is just the start of her day.
Me pon na mama na aba ha se ono so pon na mama na aba na nyina ya wa ha se titam e bedu fe no wada nti me ma ne di kan ye homework na ansa na ye dru fe nti oni odware wie ya no wada be kokre na no 5:30. Okay. Na maba ha se 1. Okay. Me pon 1 na no so apon 33 no ba na me jai ade ne to na ma kire no homework ni to wie na ma koto aso.
By midday through to evening, the uniform changes. Now, she's a hawker navigating impatient drivers and scorching heat, all for one reason: Samuel. For Samuel, education is everything. After school, he joins his mother on the street, but his books are never far from his hands. That gives him joy. His dream? Becoming a military officer.
What do you want to become?
Soldier.
What?
A soldier. Abigail dreams of owning a beauty shop one day, but right now, every step she takes is to help Samuel march towards his future. Just like Samuel and Abigail, many hawkers and their children dream beyond the traffic and beyond the struggles.
On that inspiring note, we take a break on Joy News Prime, but still to come, scientists are pushing into cropping as a lifeline as erratic weather and shrinking rainfall take a toll on farmers.
Coastal TV, Jumedi Fufrayada Bayatu in Puntu. It's about development. They discuss issues of national concern, issues of central concern, matters that concern Central Region and Ghana. In Puntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be in Puntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or in Puntu, or the baby on the Yadin Fubana over Transi. We are no other man. Or your one and Asadi, those in Puntu Baba Kepus. One and Asadi, those in Puntu Baba Central Region. One and Asadi, those in Puntu or Baba Gani Nara. In Puntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be in Puntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or in Puntu, or the baby A and the P, and a Batanasi, women down of Pediara. Live Ever Coastal TV. Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice. No me yesi machara. Yesi macharo. Mewo. Fiti tanya famudi. Yesi mi atu mi yendu.
Hello, this is the Cell Gift Shop. We deal in handbags, ladies' bags, we deal in perfumes, and this is one of the bags I have, tote bag. This is from the US. It's very affordable, leather quality. We also have different perfumes, ladies and for men. They come in different brands and also very affordable. We also have Victoria's Secret, original Victoria's Secret from the US. We have affordable gifts already made for various occasions, for Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthday, anything you want to, any gift you want to do. We have GTP cloth as well for all occasions. When it comes to the Cell Shop, we also have lunch bags, school bags for kids of all ages. We also have this beautiful customized birthday shirt for children. So when you want some, it's available. We have different tops, cartoon characters for children also. We also have men's underwears, this Harrison singlet as well, and then we have boxer shorts, different types, different sizes, and in different companies. It's a nice cute bag for kids, for church. They can take it to parties and all. It's all available at the sales shop. So when it comes to catering, we have these shafting dishes and then this dispenser for rentals. We take food orders for different occasions, weddings, engagements, birthday parties. So we have these also for rentals and then take food orders as well. We have these engagement boxes for sale. We also take orders. We do engagement wrappings. We can do it for you. It's available at the Cell Gift Shop. So when you come to the Cell Gift Shop, this is not all we do. We do wedding decos, card decos. We have hampers, we make hampers, we take food orders, we do drinks, sobolo, watermelon juice, anything you want, we will be able to do it for you. We can help you plan your wedding, plan your engagement, how to make the design. We will do everything for you. Dicel Gift Shop, a place you can rely on. You call on us and we will deliver. Thank you.
Wasura, Yanapomfo Asha Henade, say a way in Edumaya, Yain the Betsy Dawa, on your way, Ayenty, Kunafo, and Amma. When you were with Shenina, no was in a day. I feel couldn't tell me, and no one nature, when you near, when I dadina. Ora, Gake, Salete, Yumi, Napomfo, Otto the Suffering, Ebushia Fun Wasi. What the Homaso, the Homasi, one bois, what the boy, or Kata, Muneja, Nichi, Papa. It was Shena and a day. What band does a sum now with the D now fish ye? Short to the man, and on the 6th July.
You're welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. This is Joy News Prime.
Well, to some other story, National Democratic Congress and New Patriotic Party have taken strong positions on the Electoral Commission's fresh decision to rerun elections in 19 polling stations to determine the winner in the Ablekuma North parliamentary elections. The Electoral Commission is taking another shot in an attempt to determine a winner. The Commission has, in the latest press statement today, says it has engaged the NDC and the NPP and has resolved to rerun the elections in 19 outstanding polling stations instead of 37. You recall that the EC's several attempts to complete the collation process proved futile as the process was marred by violence. Today, after a series of consultations, the EC is announcing they will make another attempt on July 11, and this time not collation but a rerun. Director of Corporate Services at the EC, Dr. Bosman Asari, assured Parliament days ago that they will conduct a rerun of the elections in Ablekuma North.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. The Commission strongly believes that for the processes that have gone on so far, if we go back to the good people of this country that we are abolishing everything, it will not be good for our democracy. It will not be good for our democracy. Thank you. So let's allow the process to continue. Thank you.
The Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Haruna Mohammed, rejected the EC's move, describing it as bogus, and he spoke on the polls a while ago.
Protection of the police to enable us complete the coalition process.
Right.
And declare the parliamentary results for the Ablekuma North constituency. You also remember that on the 29th or so, it was Friday, that they went to Parliament. He was asked questions specifically on whether there is a court action that is restricting the Electoral Commission from proceeding to collate and declare. They indicated that it was because of security issues, and they said that they are ready if the security is provided for them to collate the 3 polling stations. So these are consistency in terms of the reportage. So for us to wake up, then we come for a meeting. You tell us that, yes, and that's why all the parties stood their positions. We know that the Electoral Commission has a record of which they have been able to collate. And I will tell you, they were not pinches. Those particular polling station, they went ahead. They declared a rerun of that particular polling station. So what has changed? They told Parliament that they are ready to declare. They are ready to collate and declare. And you just come and tell us that you are doing 19 polling stations. Where is it coming from? You think we are fools in this country? We're not going to accept it. That if you check My Joy online, 28th of December, you are a place of record 2. they indicated their ability to conduct a rerun of some polling station or one polling station in Domingo-Abenya. That never came on, but they went ahead and did a declaration.
Let's take to the applicable North constituency.
The Electoral Commission's decision to do a rerun is bogus, and which we as a party will not accept it. The General Secretary will be doing a press conference tomorrow and will lay bare to the facts of the matter. These are legal matters, and I don't think that the Electoral Commission's decision can supersede the decision of the High Court.
Meanwhile, the NDC, however, disagrees with the NPP, backing the EC's decision to do a rerun. Mustafa Bande is the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC.
Indeed, the same way we went to plead with the people of Ghana in December 2024 to give His Excellency John Dramani Mahama a chance. On any occasion, the NDC will rally around and go for an election, given that that election would be held within the laws of this country. Coroner's argument have no place in law. It has no place in politics. Indeed, the NPP at this stage is afraid of going to an election because they know that the consensus call, an agreement by the people of Ghana, that the NPP represented, participated in corruption, mismanagement of this country, that will manifest in the 19 polling stations we are going to hold. So they are afraid to go for that election.
Now, as erratic weather and shrinking rainfall hit farmers hard, scientists are pushing for intercropping as a lifeline. The practice mixing cereal crops with nitrogen fixing plants like Pigeonipia boosts soil health, improves yield, and shields farms from climate shocks. Emmanuel Bright Kweku has more in today's episode of Climate Focus.
In the last farming season, Ghana witnessed yet another unprecedented long dry spell, destroying nearly 1 million acres of land. Thousands of farmers in 8 regions of the country lost their source of livelihood as they watched their hard labor bear no fruit. Every year we get beautiful harvest, but this year hasn't been good. It rains heavily during June, July, but not this year. The plants have failed to grow. This year seems no different. The rains came in late and some farmers are already counting their losses. Farmers in Ijua, one of Ghana's food baskets, are reeling under the impact of climate change.
It's expensive preparing the land. In the end, if you don't get anything, it hurts.
In fact, I feel so Edi kan to ma yetimi koye no esate ya ekobe 3 weeks ebeto kura to kakra bi nti e mane no bae na hyehyeye.
But they may soon find relief. At the Crops Research Institute's outstation in the locality, farmers growing on large, vast tracts of lands have gathered to find solutions to their troubles. Scientists from the Research Institute are exposing them to a climate-smart farming practice of intercropping cereals and legumes. On a parcel of land, maize, a major staple grown by the farmers here, have been cultivated together with a leguminous shrub, pigeon pea. This sustainable farming practice enhances resilience to climate variability, improves resource use efficiency, and reduces greenhouse gas emissions. Dr. Eric Owusu-Dankwa is an agronomist.
So this is just 3 months old. Give it a year, it becomes like almost a tree, and it gives shade. Shading is very important when there is no rains, to conserve moisture and to be able to help the crops which are growing with it.
I grew my maize with the pigeon pea. They grew beautifully. If it had rained heavily, I would have made a bountiful harvest.
Well, away from that, President John Mahama says Ghana is taking steps to deepen cooperation with India in key sectors like vaccine production, agriculture, and defense. This follows consultations between Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister and the Indian High Commissioner. Ghana has officially requested the signing of MOUs covering vaccine manufacturing, supply of agricultural machinery, and defense cooperation. President Mahama disclosed it during a joint press conference with the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is in Ghana for a 2-day official visit, the first day by an Indian Prime Minister in 30 years.
Research in Ayurveda, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. We've also signed an MOU on cultural exchange between our two countries, and also an MOU between the Bureau of India Standards and the Ghana Standards Authority. Following consultations between our Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Indian High Commissioner, we also have requested the signing of MOUs on vaccine manufacture and production, MOU on supply of agricultural machinery and implements, and an MOU on defense cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, this visit could not have happened at a better time, as government is committed to pursuing its reset agenda to provide the needed support to the Ghanaian people. Government will therefore leverage on its relationship with like-minded countries such as India to achieve our set objectives. Both countries will work to deepen economic and investment relations at a time that Ghana is undergoing economic restructuring due to the debt treatment we're undergoing and the IMF program. Going forward, Ghana and India intend to pursue these engagements through diplomatic mechanisms, including Foreign Office consultations with each other, as well as the Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation, to give effect to the intended outcomes of our engagement for mutual benefit. Our esteemed guest, Prime Minister, will be decorated with the prestigious National Award of the Office of the Order of the Star of Ghana at a state banquet.
Well, from chart-stopping lyrics to academic headlines, Chiobodom is back in the spotlight. But this time, it's not about viral song. In a stunning upset at the Bono Regional Qualifiers of the 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz, Chiobodom SHTS knocked out the much-fancied Kintampo SHS. They've secured a second straight ticket to the national stage, flipping the town's image from meme to momentum. Colin Frimpong has more.
A spectacular battle of brains opened the Bono East qualifiers as Chiobodom Senior High Technical School stunned the much-touted regional giants Kintampo SHS. Kintampo, who had made 4 consecutive appearances at the national championship since 2021, were seen as favourites heading into the contest, but Chiobodom had other plans. In a dramatic finish, the edge passed Kintampo by just 3 points, delivering one of the region's biggest upsets.
It brings down the proud and raise the humble. So we are moving slowly and humble, and the schools out there, we are moving slowly and by God's grace.
Which schools are the proud ones? Specific ones?
I can't really mention any name now.
Went through the social media, people are saying Kintampo, Kintampo. We got a little bit scared, but the Almighty Kings.
The Almighty Kings. In the second contest, it was all Mount Carmel. Our Lady of Mount Carmel Girls' SHS from Techiman delivered a dominant performance, outclassing their opponents with ease. The 1-8 stage finalists in both 2021 and 2023 made their intent clear. They are heading to the nationals to make an even bigger impact this year.
Pepper them.
I don't understand.
Oh, they should prepare. We are coming with pepper.
We're going to give them pepper. What?
Oh, give them pepper. Oh, yes. They should prepare because we are coming and we are not going to take it easy. Like, we're not going to take it lightly.
The qualifiers wrapped up with Ekonfi Amial SHS and Techiman SHS securing the final 2 slots from the region, rounding off an intense day of academic excellence.
From school, I have noticed that they learn hard and then they took first in every competition they go. That's why.
So you want your school to ship them?
Yeah, you will ship them. They should prepare and wait for us. At stake, we are coming over there.
Wofie bi wɔ soro a yɛn pomfo ahyɛ hene dɛ sɛ yɛwie yɛn adwuma yɛ a yɛn no bɛdzi dawa a ɔnyɛ wie yi Eyenti kunafo na mma woni we busuani na wo se hene de afi kurintami na woneja woni nua wona tati na owura gake selete nyomi na pomfo oto nsafre no ebusuafo no wose wada homase o da homase womboa wade baboy o kata woneja nechi kwa ebusuana ya ne de wobenda sesom na udedi na afihie sotidama eno no 6th July anapa nson na obeye amante da mamre na wapa nanda no tomu hu wo oye agrofie no watchba yako ICGC asone suda owaka komodo na yakaye ndasesom onam de mpanyina kade akaje ijawanyankwa na onyankwa jawunti ebusuafo roton safa hene de yayin nkobom na wonti moneja na afishia na sayarokwa hena fati na onye fita shrei mechira all white na fenkeja samampa na watu bedino dadie okopan akun ewie menkano so etu ewie zaka yin kunyima botira oponfo na de bobo wofie bi wosora yana pomfo ahye hene de se ye wie ina dwuma ya ye ina bazidawa onye wie eyenti kunafo na mma
to do in the Volta region. He was on Hit FM this morning and has been explaining exactly what he went to the Volta region to do.
What I was doing in Volta was practically evangelism.
Yeah,
that was then evangelism.
Yeah.
We were doing churches, so we did a Fiandengba, we did a TRV, we did Keta.
Okay.
Do you get it? Before I came back to Accra.
Yeah.
But the last one was in Afiadengba.
Okay.
That's so I was basically talking about the fact that maybe I'm from Empire. That triggered a lot of things. That as soon as I go back to Accra, everything started changing, and I'm here today.
They need to read beyond headlines.
And then I think I saw certain comments like you need to go back and say thank you. So should I say the music you showed over there?
I had to go back. Yes, actually, short of where I was. So the show was in Afiadengba Senior High School. And the first scene of the video is opposite Afiadengba Senior High School. So I met everybody there again, and we just they just don't remember me.
Memories. Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine they won't remember it because it's like they're seeing.
They came to me because this is Kwame, not because of this guy came here.
Because you came there some time ago.
They don't remember that I came there.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Yeah. And I wish sometimes we will remember to go back to our roots.
Yes.
And do things right so that we can
roots. Flooded to roots.
Kwame.
Your roots be out here.
Well, away from Kwame Eugene, Sean Diddy Combs was found guilty on Wednesday of prostitution-related offences, but cleared of more serious charges after a criminal trial in which two of the music mogul's former girlfriends testified that he physically and sexually abused them. CBS News has more on this development.
About the Diddy trial. This is a trial against Sean Diddy Combs. A verdict is in his trafficking case. It was a mixed verdict from the jury. Combs was spared of the most serious charge, and that charge carried a sentence of life in prison. But we want to start with the ruling here. He was found not guilty of racketeering, not guilty on count 2 and 4, which were the sex trafficking charges, but he was found guilty on counts 3 and 5. Those were the transportation for for the purposes of prostitution. CBS News national correspondent Jerika Duncan to give us much more information about this ruling from the courtroom, the reaction from Combs, his family, those outside as well. Jerika, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us more about the ruling, and I know you're standing outside. Tell us about the reaction, too, that you got once that verdict officially came in.
This is a victory for Sean Combs and his family. Sean Combs put his hands up to the sky. He had his hands sort of clasped as though he was praying, according to those who were inside the courtroom, and kneeled down. He was very emotional. There was cheering inside of the courtroom once this verdict was read. The issue now is whether or not Sean Combs will be able to go home until sentencing. That is being worked out as we speak. The judge adjourned and said that they would be back at about 1 o'clock this afternoon Eastern time to figure out whether or not the sentencing would start sooner, or whether or not he will have an opportunity to go home until their sentencing for the 2 counts that he was convicted of, the Mann Act. Now, that involved star witness Cassie Ventura, someone that dated Combs for the 11 years. And then you had Jane. He was also found guilty on that Mann Act. That was also someone that he dated from 2021 to about 2024. But the family just left. I believe it was 6 of his 7 children that were in 2 sprinters. You see one right here behind me. We're not sure. Looks like this one is leaving. But I can tell you from even where I was standing, I could see that the children of Sean Combs had a smile on their face. They took their time getting into that sprinter. Normally, they are in, out, I no comment. It's different. And it's different because their father is not facing up to life in prison. He's still facing significant time, a maximum of up to 20 years, because each count of the Mann Act has a maximum of 10 years. And the government saying they plan to pursue the maximum. But it is definitely something that we saw in that courtroom. Based on those who were in there, we could see that there was a weight lifted off of Sean Combs because he was facing very, very serious allegations and crimes. But again, only found guilty on 2 of those counts, the Mann Act, that is the transportation to engage in prostitution.
And yes, and what's next for Combs here? I know obviously this verdict is a victory for him and his team, but there's a chance that he is going to spend time in prison. So what's next for him, and how does this affect his legacy?
Well, you know, it will be interesting to see if he will. He didn't have a previous record, if you will. I believe the minimum is it could be probation on a Mann Act. So you're going to have to look at statutes. There's time served since he's been in the MDC since September of 2024. So I don't know what kind of time he is facing, but I think this is the best possible outcome that the defense could have asked for. Obviously, I'm sure they would have thought maybe not guilty on all of the counts, but they realized the serious nature of what their client was facing. The next step really is this 1 o'clock hearing where the judge will determine whether or not Sean Combs gets to go home free until his official sentencing, or whether they'll make that determination today.
So we'll also be waiting for that verdict. Whenever we get it, we will give it to you here.
Pray for him.
Yeah, pray for him. He's okay. I'm sure he is.
Well, that's all time will allow us here on Joy News Prime. You can log on to myjoyonline.com for more stories. My name is Carlos Caloni.
My name is Becky.
Bills mama fisia po fie bi osura yana pomfo ahye hene de se ye wie yin adwuma ya ye yin bezi dawa onye wie eyenti kunafo na mma woni we busuani na wo se hene de afi kurintami na wona eja woni nua wona dadi hina owura gake selete nyomi na pomfo auto safran ebusuafo no wose wada homase o da homase womboa wade baboy o kata muneja nechi pra ebusuana ya ne de wobenda sesom na udedi na afihye shortdama eno no 6th July anapa nson na obeye amandra amamre na wapa nanda no tomu ho wo oye agofi no no watweba yakọ ICGC asone suda owaka komodo na yakaye ndasesom onam de mpanyina akade akajew ijawanyankwa na onyankwa jawunti ebusuafo roton safa henede yayun kobom na wonti moneja na afishia na sayarokwa hena fati na onye fita shrei metre all white na fenkeja samampa na watu bedino dadie okopan akon ewie menkano so etu ewie zaka yin kunima gutira oponfo no de bobo ya wo fie bi wo sora yana pomfo ahye henede se ye wie yin adwuma ya ye yin bezi dawa onye wie eyenti kunafo na mma woni we busheni na wo si henede afi kurintami na honeja woni nua wona dadi na owura gake selete nyomi na pomfo oto nsafren ebusuafo no wose wada homase o da homase womboa wade baboai wokata honeja nechi pra ebusuana yenede wobenda sesom na udedi na afihye shortdama eno no 6th July anapa nson na obeye amandra amamre na wapa nanda no tomu ho wo oye agofi no watweba yakọ ICGC asone suda owaka komodo na yakaye ndasesom onam de mpanyina akade akajew ijawanyankwa na onyankwa jawunti ebusuafo roton safa hene
Good evening and welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kujubaka. Economist Professor Patrick Isuming is optimistic Ghana could end the year meeting its inflation target of 11.9%. His comment follows data from the Ghana Statistical Service, which shows that the year-on-year inflation for the month of June 2025 slowed significantly to 13.7% from the 18.4% posted in May 2025. Speaking to Joy Business, Professor Patrick Isuming noted that Ghana could end the year with an inflation target below government's projection.
If we are having this number halfway through the year, then absolutely, I think the target was 11.9. There are chances that they will probably meet it and then exceed it. So we could actually end the year with inflation being even much lower than the government's target. In terms of what has to be done, I think, yes, especially food inflation has, it was great, even somewhat surprising to see it decline that much. But I think we are entering a crucial season for food production, and I think it's important that we make the right kind of investment. Sometimes when we see a lot of rain, it's good for farming, but it can also be a very bad idea for the roads, especially, with our reliance on road to transport food. So I think more investment in that side, especially the roads that connect the major production areas to the major market centers. I think doing that kind of investment will help. But also, I think it's important that, in the medium term, the central bank continue to keep the tight monetary policy stance until the inflation is firmly entrenched in the medium term target. Then it can begin to ease off a little bit.
The International Monetary Fund Board is likely to meet and assess Ghana's performance for the 4th review on July 7. This is what we've picked up from persons with knowledge of the country's performance with the fund. George Yafe tells us more.
Joy Business understands that Ghana has now met almost all the benchmarks that should aid the IMF board passing the country on the 4th review. Some of them include ensuring that Parliament passes the amended Bank of Ghana Act and government's plan on how it's working to restructure some of the state financial institutions and commercial banks. Sources say all the necessary documents have been sent to the IMF this week to ensure that we meet the 4-day deadline before the board meets on Ghana's program. Joy Business is learning that the IMF board will go ahead and pass Ghana on the 4th review. This will lead to some $360 million being released to the Bank of Ghana's account before the end of next week. We should also not forget that Parliament yesterday approved some $360 million loan from the World Bank, and that could result in the reserves of the Bank of Ghana increase by more than $720 million by the end of this month, a move that could go a long way in helping stabilize the Ghana city.
We have more on the economy because President John Mahama has disclosed that a newly launched 24-hour economic program will be led by the private sector, with the government playing a pivotal role. According to him, public funding will be strategic, serving as need or seed funding for bulk infrastructure and unlocking larger pools of financing. Speaking at the launch of the program, President Mahama stated that the vision for the 24-hour economic policy is to create self-reliant, industrial and inclusive Ghana, grounded in productivity, innovation and equitable prosperity.
The 24H Plus agenda is not simply about extending working hours. It is about unleashing productivity, expanding opportunity, accelerating exports through well-structured, multi-sectoral and inclusive interventions. And so we'll have national consultation and co-design. The private sector will lead the 24-hour plus program. Government will facilitate and not dominate. Government will facilitate and not dominate. Any government funding in 24-hour plus will be catalytic, serving as seed funding for the 24-hour plus authority and supporting bulk infrastructure. Enterprise financing will be sourced through commercial banks, DFIs, and blended finance instruments. Fund 24 will address access to capital, collateral constraints, and the short-term nature of most of our banking finance. Credit guarantee schemes will support risk sharing without breaching our fiscal covenants with our multilateral institutions. And as announced, the Secretariat will evolve into an autonomous 24-hour plus authority that reports directly to the President.
Has declared a dividend of 0.126 pesos per share for its shareholders, marking a 30% rise from the previous year's distribution. Addressing shareholders at the company's annual general meeting in Accra, Board Chairman Kelly Gadzekpo attributed the group's solid performance in 2024 to a 30.5% growth in insurance revenues, driven by the adoption of improved technology in premium collection and service delivery.
Addressing shareholders at the annual general meeting in Accra, Board Chairman Kelly Gadzekpo credited Enterprise Group PLC's strong performance in 2024 to a 30.5% growth in insurance revenues, driven largely by the adoption of enhanced technology in premium collection and service delivery.
In spite of the difficult macroeconomic environment, our group delivered strong financial results in 2024. Insurance revenues increased by 30.5%, while other revenue grew by 32.2% compared to the previous year. In light of this performance, the Board of Directors of your company is pleased to recommend a final dividend of 0.126 Ghana cedis per share, representing a 30% increase from the previous year and amounting also to a total payout of 21.5 million Ghana cedis, subject as always, to shareholder approval.
Group Chief Executive Officer Daniel Labitieku expressed optimism about Ghana's improving macroeconomic outlook and assured shareholders of even stronger performance in the coming year.
We think that the economic environment is gradually stabilizing, so it's pretty much within our control to be able to execute some of the agenda that we have. 2025 is going to see us very aggressive in the digital space, technology deployment, to enhance the engagement we have with our customers. I think customer retention is also key to us. If our customers are happy, they stick with us, and that is what we seek to do.
The group recorded a significant 49.6% growth in net profit, marking a sharp recovery from the 24.7% decline experienced in 2023. Profit after tax surged to 366 million Ghana cedis, up from 193 million in 2023.
The Ghana Revenue Authority has assured that it is on course to conclude all works on the proposed value-added tax reforms by September this year. This is to allow for full implementation by the government in the 2026 economic policy and budget. Commissioner of Domestic Revenue at the GRA, Edward Apente-Jamra, has been speaking to Joy Business after a stakeholder engagement with some traders here in Accra. More in this report.
The value-added tax reform has become necessary as the government has identified some distortions in the payment processes after implementation for more than a decade. As part of the review process, stakeholders are being urged to make inputs before the final draft is released. Commissioner of Domestic Tax at the GRA, Edward Apente-Jamra, spoke to Joy Business after a stakeholder engagement in Accra.
We are expected to complete the drafting by September. So we complete the engagement within the next 2 weeks. We'll start doing the draft. When we are done with the draft, we'll come back again, engage stakeholders for them to go through and see what is coming, what is in there, their input that have been considered. Those that we are not able to take on board, we'll provide explanations to them and come up with a document that will be acceptable to Ghanaians.
Tax consultant Francis Timoboy welcomed the processes and urged the government to intensify engagement for smooth rollout.
When you are doing reforms, there's a need to carry the people who are affected. You need to carry them along. It's interesting, some of the comments that they are making, and it tells you that if you come out with a policy and you don't engage them, you are likely to face some challenges. So the unintended consequences, some fantastic ideas have been shared here, and I believe that the Ministry of Finance will consider those ones before they come out with their policies. One key thing that resonates with me is that the VAT system operates such that if you have sold on credit and you haven't collected the money, yet they expect you to come and pay. The question is, where do I get the money from? And if you sell to institutions like government, which takes maybe like 6 months to come and pay, you literally have to go and look for money somewhere at an interest rate to come and pay for the VAT. And these are some of the concerns raised by the traders. So I'm happy that it's coming up. We all have to, come together. Sometimes we ask them, what do they suggest?
The reform is expected to improve VAT contribution to domestic revenue.
Government has set July 16 as the new date for implementing the 1 cedi levy on prices of petrol. This is based on notice from the Ghana Revenue Authority to some government agencies, seen by Joy Business. Here's a report.
The notice signed by the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority revealed that consumers from July 16 will now be paying 1 cedi 93 pesos on each litre of diesel and petrol purchased from that time. The Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies had warned that the move will result in some significant increase in prices of petroleum products at the pumps. The oil marketing companies are yet to review prices for this week, as most of them look out for what others will be quoting. Crude oil prices have been hovering around the $67 a barrel range. However, there are strong indications that it could be going up again. But the Ghana Revenue Authority in the notice maintained that it is going ahead because conditions that warrant suspension some weeks ago has improved. It added that in order to ensure stable economic condition in the country, it has now advised the various oil marketing firms to start charging the levy from July 16, 2025.
So watching Prime Business, and today on the Joy Business Van, we continue our journey with Legacy Crop Improvement Center, a growing force in Ghana's seed production industry. We trace the path of a seed from the field to certification, revealing the rigorous checks that guarantee quality and trust. Enjoy this.
From humble beginnings in 2016 to becoming a cornerstone of Ghana's agricultural transformation in 2025, Amos Rutherford Azunu, founder of Legacy Crop Improvement Center, is revolutionizing farming through climate-resilient, pest-resistant hybrid seeds, empowering farmers, boosting food security, and driving sustainable innovation from the heart of Otarisu in the eastern region. The journey from seed to certified product involves rigorous research, careful breeding, controlled multiplication, and strict quality assurance, ensuring that every seed meets national standards and is ready to thrive in Ghana's diverse farming conditions.
The certification process starts from the land preparation. You need to register with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture when you are about to start. They have to come to that farm and make sure the farm is isolated or you meet the desired isolated distance. If, for instance, you are going to plant maize, your maize farm should not be close to another maize farm to avoid contamination. Then the law actually say they have to be in that farm 4 times to make sure everything is done according to the law. After the harvesting, we bring the seed to our factory at Legacy Square. During the process also, you have to come and take the sample to the lab in Accra to make sure all the parameters are met. When that is done, then certification is actually issued to you, giving a go-ahead that you can market your seed.
Even after the seeds reach the market, a thorough post-market survey is conducted to ensure they continue to meet quality standards and perform effectively in farmers' fields.
So we have a range of customers from smallholder farmers to large farmers, aggregators, food vendors, everywhere. So what we do, we don't discriminate. We make sure we deliver the service to everyone who comes to us for the service. What we do is that whatever you are looking for, that for seed, you are looking for tractor service, you are looking for planter, you are looking for drying or storage or broking service, we make sure we sit down with you and look at your need, then we provide solution towards that for you.
So what emerging trends are shaping seed demand today?
I think now because of globalization, we know we are doing export, so there are a lot of demand in terms of the export of the seed. But I see a lot of middle class coming to the agricultural space now, where they don't want to travel far away before buying seed. It means that we, the seed business people, have to take the seed to their doorstep, and they want the seed to be delivered on timely manner. Not that I place order and 1 week I still have not received my seed. So people are now demand the seed. They want it timely and instant.
Farmers receive more than just seeds. They are also provided with expert guidance to ensure successful cultivation and maximum yields.
We have a sales agronomist. We have somebody who have been trained. He is a trained salesperson in terms of agronomy and production. So these guys are assigned to the farmers. Anything that you need, you reach out to them to provide it. If they have to come to your farm, they will do, and that is no cost to the farmer. That's from our part to guarantee the farmer that we are working with you. We are not only selling the seed and leaving you, but we follow you every step. We make sure you are successful in your farming business.
Amos says one of the major challenges facing the industry is the absence of local content policy to protect and prioritize homegrown seed producers, making it difficult for local innovators to compete with imported varieties.
So far, I think the bigger challenge we have to do with the government inordinate taste for importation of seeds. There's no way the local people will be able to meet the standard or the demand of the seed that is demanded nationwide. But I think over some years now, we have focused our attention on developing the local seed industry. Because as we are investing, trying to do our own small way to improve the system, you realize the government is now importing seed left and right without paying attention to the local system. So if that happens, it serves as a demotivation to some of us who are investing in this space, where probably you will look for alternative source of your investment.
Legacy Crop Improvement Center is now expanding its focus to include vegetable seed production, aiming to diversify offerings and meet the growing demand for high quality, locally adapted vegetable seeds.
When you look at the vegetable industry, you realize that it's actually importation. It's zero. We don't do local production here. So we have gone to agreement with the World Vegetable Center. They are giving us some lines, the seed to do a local try. Once those varieties survive here, we can now start the multiplication of those varieties. So it's also going to make these seeds available in the cost will be more lower than what we used to import now.
Legacy Crop Improvement Center plans to expand its facilities in the coming years to enhance its capacity for delivering high quality seeds and developing even better performing varieties for farmers across the country.
This is the pipeline coming soon. We are looking for one drought tolerance and poverty A maize. The weather will be more resistant and higher in terms of higher yield than what we have now. What we have now is a Lega 26, which is 8 tons per hectare. We want to get a better variety that is almost 12 or 15 tons, but a proper drought tolerant variety to that effect, and a variety that is resistant to insect, for instance, like a fall armyworm disease. Legacy will be 10 years this year. We will do evaluation after 10 years. What next? Then we can scale it up to other part of the West Africa or other part of the country, and to see how we can serve the other farmers in better way.
Beyond agriculture, Legacy Crop Improvement Center gives back to the Otarisi community by supporting education through the payment of school fees and donating seeds to local farmers, reinforcing its commitment to shared growth and social impact.
Now, Ghana continues to battle a significant shortfall in palm oil production, importing thousands of metric tons each year to meet demand. But in the Western region, a new initiative is sowing seeds of change. EcoPalms GH, a community-driven project supported by the Goodfields Ghana Foundation, has taken root in Pepsa within the Pristia-Ahuni Valley municipality. Now, with an initial 24,000 certified seedlings already cultivated, the project hopes to bridge the supply gap while offering sustainable alternatives to illegal mining. Natalia Kwanza reports.
EcoPalm GH is a community-driven initiative developed under the Business Resource Center of the Pristia-Ahuni Valley municipality. With a primary goal of producing certified oil palm seedlings, the project, a brainchild of Goldfields Ghana Foundation, which lasted 8 months, has currently produced 24,000 Tanera seedlings, which were developed with support of Ghana Sumatra Limited.
As you all know, oil palm is the second most important cash crop in Ghana, and at the moment there's an annual production of about 350,000 metric tons. But the demand for the country is around 400,000 metric tons. This means that there's an annual deficit of 150,000 metric tons. The launch of the EcoPalm, I think we should all hail it. We should all hail it. They invested to come out with a very good product of oil palm seedlings. As you know, one of the problems that we are facing in the country is adulterated palm seedlings. And they source it from Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, which is an accredited or certified body that produces the true-to-type hybrid oil palm planting material. So once you get the true-to-type oil palm planting material, then you are sure that with the right agronomic practices in place, you will get your good yield. And this one will also help to bridge the deficit gap that we have in the country.
According to Abdul Razak Yakubu, Executive Director of Goldfields Ghana Foundation, this initiative ties into their broader perspective of creating value beyond mining. He added, it is to encourage community to go into more lucrative ventures other than life-threatening ventures such as Galamsey.
So Eco Palms GH was established to feed the community oil palm production program that we have. That is, we initiated a program with the host communities of Goldfields, encouraging the community members to go into oil palm production. So Eco Palms GH is another company established through the support of Goldfields Ghana Foundation to produce seedlings to be supplied to the farmers who are establishing the plantations. So this particular nursery you see here today, we have about 24,000 seedlings, out of which Goldfields Ghana Foundation has just purchased 23,000 to be distributed to the plantation owners. The whole concept is that instead of going outside the region to go and buy seedlings, we have rather encouraged the establishment of a company that is raising the seedlings. Goldfields Foundation provided the seeds from Kede, provided the irrigation system and everything. In addition to that, once the seedlings are ready, we've also bought them at a discounted price to be distributed.
For Joy Business in Athalia Kwanza, Western Region.
And Empire Skojo Baka with Prime Business. Grateful serving you. Prime Sports is next.
Hello, this is the Cell Gift Shop. We deal in handbags, ladies' bags, we deal in perfumes, and this is one of the bags I have, tote bag. This is from the US. It's very affordable, leather quality. We also have different perfumes, ladies and for men. They come in different brands and also very affordable. We also have Victoria's Secret, original Victoria's Secret from the US. We have affordable gifts already made for various occasions, for Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthday, anything you want to, any gift you want to do. We have GTP cloth as well for all occasions. When you come to the Cell Shop, we also have lunch bags, school bags for kids of all ages. We also have this beautiful customized birthday shirt for children. So when you want some, it's available. We have different tops, cartoon characters for children also. We also have men's underwears, this Harrison singlet as well. And then we have boxer shorts, different types, different sizes, and in different companies. It's a nice, cute bag for kids. For church, they can take it to parties and all. It's all available at the sales shop. So when it comes to catering, we have these shafting dishes and then this dispenser for rentals. We take food orders for different occasions, weddings, engagements, birthday parties. So we have these also for rentals and then we take food orders as well. We have these engagement boxes for sale. We also take orders. We do engagement wrappings. We can do it for you. It's available at the Cell Gift Shop. So when you come to the Cell Gift Shop, that's not all we do. We do wedding decos, card decos. We have hampers. We make hampers. We take food orders. We do drinks, sobolo, watermelon juice. Anything you want, we will be able to do it for you. We can help you plan your wedding, plan your engagement, how to make the design. We will do everything for you. The Cell Gift Shop, a place you can rely on. You call on us and we will deliver. Thank you.
Coastal TV, Jumedi Fufraya Baya to Impuntu. It's about development. You discuss issues of national concern, issues of central concern, matters that concern central region and Ghana. Impuntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be Impuntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or the Impuntu, or the baby on the Yedin Fubana over Trans. We are no other man. Or your one and Asadi, those Impuntu Baba Kepus, one and Asadi, those Impuntu Baba Central region, one and Asadi. So in Puntu on Baba Gani Minara. Puntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be Puntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or the Puntu, or the baby, A in the P, and a Batinasi, women down of Pediara. Live Ever Coastal TV. Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice. No, may you see much. You see much. Coastal TV, Jumedi Fufraya Baya to Impuntu. It's about development. You discuss issues of national concern, issues of central concern, matters that concern central region and Ghana. Impuntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be Impuntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or the Impuntu, or the baby on the Yedin Fubana over Trans. We are no other man. Or your one and Asadi, those Impuntu Baba Kepus, one and Asadi, those Impuntu Baba Central region, one and Asadi, those Impuntu or Baba Gani Minara. Impuntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be Impuntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or the Impuntu, or the baby. A in the P, and a Batinasi, women down of Pediara. Live Ever Coastal TV. Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice. No, may you see much. You see much. Mewo, feet it I found with you. Yes, me had to me and do, baby. Coastal TV, Jumedi Fufraya Baya to Impuntu. It's about development. You discuss issues of national concern, issues of central concern, matters that concern central region and Ghana. Impuntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be Impuntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or the Impuntu, or the baby on the Yedin Fubana over Trans. We are no other man. Or your one and Asadi, those Impuntu Baba Kepus, one and Asadi, those Impuntu Baba Central region, one and Asadi. So in Puntu on Baba Gani Minara. Puntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be Puntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Sade, or the Puntu, or the baby. A in the P, and a Batinasi, women down of Pediara. Live Ever Coastal TV. Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice. No, may you see much. You see much. Wasura, Yanapomfo Ashahene, say a way in Edumaya, Yain the beds dawa, on your way. Ayenty, Kunafo, and a ma. When you were with Shenina, no was in a day. I feel couldn't tell me, and no one nature, when you near, when I dadina. Ora, Gake, Selete, Yumi, Napomfo or to the suffering. Ebushiafun was it. What the Homaso, the Homasi, one bois, what the boy, or Kata, Muneja, Nichi, papa. Ebushena and a day. Waben da sum now with the D now fish ye. So to the man, and on the 6th July, and upon son, no by a month and a member, a wapa, Nanda Notamu, what ye a goofy, no what you are. Ya call ICGC. Asone Suda, or Wakakumodo, Nayakaya and Assassin. On the day, Mpayina Kade, Akajo Kajo, Ijawan Kwa, no Yankuja Winti. It was Shafo written Safa in a day. Yayun Kobo, na Winti Muneja, na Fishia. Nasa Yaruka, Hena Fatina,
onye fita shrin mechira all white na fenkeja samampa na watu no bedino dadie okopan akun ewie menkano so etu ewie zaka yin kunyima botira opon fona de bobo.
2025 Joy Sports Invitational is upon us, and the sports arm of the Joy Brands and the Multimedia Group is gearing up for its annual corporate sports extravaganza, and this is drawing lots of excitement for the event, which is slated for August 9 at the University of Ghana Stadium. Now, following a successful comeback in 2024, this year's edition promises another thrilling day of corporate sports networking and healthy competition. And Managing Director for Sales and Marketing at the Multimedia Group, Max Vulga, is already expressing confidence that this year's tournament will surpass previous editions.
Yeah, we are excited that the Joy Sports Invitational is back, and the 2025 edition is going to be bigger and better. Because as a listening media house, we've listened to our patrons last year, we listened to the participating teams last year, and we have factored them into this year's event. So it will be bigger and better. We have introduced, we've increased the number of activities, the sporting activities that the teams are going to compete in. Again, this year, we're going to take the registration well ahead of time so we can plan better for them. A lot of things have already expressed interest since we went out on air, and I can tell you that as at Monday, we had 15 teams registering. And so that should tell you that this year is going to be very, very competitive. One of the things we've also noticed that when it comes to the JAMA side, a lot of things are not able to participate. But those who participate will participate very well. And so this year, the first competition will be a JAMA competition among all the participating teams. And so we want to see the MDs leading the JAMA competition. And we're going to award fantastic prizes to the winners and the participants of the JAMA competition. So all roads lead to the Legon Stadium on the 9th of August this year for the 2025 edition of the Joy Sports Invitational, which is bigger and better. Oh yes, I look forward to see the MD of National Petroleum. Last year they participated, but I didn't see their MD. Chief Eduji, I want to see you there. I want to see Mr. Edward Bauer there for Goyle. And of course, the Apex Bank, ARP Apex Bank, we want to see their MD participating fully. I think last year they were led by the Deputy MD, but this year we want to see the MD there. And all our clients. Minerals Commission MD, we want to see you there. Safoda MD, he's always good. Last year he was sad that he didn't win the penalty kicks. They'll be there. And of course, my own boss, Ken Ansah, will be there. And my chief executive, Mr. Kusichu, will represent live. So let's all be there to participate in this year's event. And I can promise you, it is going to be a very, very memorable day.
Well, for the founder of the McDan Group, Dr. Daniel Macaulay, he is excited about the opportunity to participate in this year's competition and has issued a challenge to competing companies to be ready. According to him, the McDan Group is winning over 60% of the events this year.
This year, for me, is going to be crazy. One of the tournaments that we've been winning, which I really love, the JAMA one. You know, this season, I want to bring our own judges for the JAMA competition, because we weren't so happy we didn't win the last year JAMA competition. We're supposed to win that JAMA competition, but I don't know what happened, so we'll bring our international judges to be part of your judges and see what happened. This year we are winning tennis, football. The volley is always for us, so we'll not even compete with anybody. I know our opponents wouldn't want to even appear. So that one is a done deal. We are training 2 athletes to take those trophies. So we are very confident that we are likely to wipe about 60% of all the trophies. So Ghana should be ready. Corporate Ghana should be ready. And we are coming. And we like the noise. So you see our first badge coming in our t-shirts with a jammer. Everybody must be ready for us.
Where are you camping your team?
Oh, we are now in Choco. Our camp is in Choco, Manche, near the Manche Agbona. That is where our team, all our international coaches are in Choco right now as we speak. So we'll show you videos of what we're doing in Choco.
You spoke about winning 60%, but last year you won only one. So what is that special thing you'll be doing this year?
You know, last year I wasn't in town. Though I was directing them through Zoom. And they were showing me everything through drones too. But there were one or two mistakes. That's why I want to bring my own coaches, my own judges, so that it will be free and fair. It had to be free and fair. So,
Someone talk to me. Why is it important to participate in the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament?
You know, Joy is a very powerful brand, and for McDonald to associate with a powerful brand like Joy. And Joy is a lovely family, and we love to be in that family. To break bread, there's one aspect, the food aspect also. During the tournament is amazing. So it's a day, and also it's a whole year program that you plan it very well. It's a well-planned program, and on such a powerful brand, we'll always associate ourselves with you.
Well, definitely exciting times to come. But companies interested in participating can secure their slots just by contacting Sleven on 054-01-6466, either via WhatsApp or direct phone call. Also, you can head to My Joy online and you can have access to the registration form and fill it. Otherwise, you can also come to the front desk or call the front desk of Joy FM, and you will be assisted to register for the event. Turn attention to Ghanaian winger Kamaldeen Suleiman now, because his transfer to Italian Serie A side Atalanta has been endorsed by the head coach of Accra Hearts of Oak, Masoudi Dramani. On Monday, the winger completed the first set of his mandatory medical test and was officially unveiled today by the club. Now, Didi Dramani, who coached Suleiman when he was 12 years old at the Right to Dream Academy, is backing the Ghanaian winger to excel in this fresh start in the Italian league.
I handled him when he was 12 years, getting to 13 years. By then, I was handling Kudus and Co at Right to Dream. Just when I left Kotomo.
Yeah.
Again, my second stint in Right to Dream. And he was someone that I always brought in to train with the U15s. And I was preparing them for the Manchester United Premier Cup, World Premier Cup competition. Yeah. And he's someone that who knows I trusted him. And at that time, I remember anytime I bring him on, I tell him to express himself. And I tell him he did very well in FC Nordjylland in terms of always working about 80% in the medical room and then the gym, and then coming on the pitch and then being just 20 to 30% on the pitch. And then in the weekend he goes and then he plays 90 minutes. And at the end he was the fastest player in the Danish league, and he played the huge number of minutes He's very tactical, with all the elements, both the phases, defensive and offensive, and he will be better in that one.
Hi, it's Kamaldeen Suleiman here. I'm very happy to be here and I'm proud to be here. Just wanted to say thank you to the Atalanta fans and the club for welcoming me here. It's a real pleasure to be here and I can't wait to get started. Forza Atalanta.
Now, Ghanaian midfielder Musa Mohammed earned widespread acclaim for his impressive debut season in the Turkish Super League. The 23-year-old featured in 25 league matches for Bodrum FK last season, providing 4 assists and playing a pivotal role in the club's maiden top-flight campaign. Now, in an exclusive interview with Joy Sports' Karim Benin, Musa also shared his aspirations of representing the Black Stars on the international stage.
How did it feel like playing against Osimhen?
Yeah, let me say, this is good, because it gives you a lot of, exposure. It makes a lot of, it builds a lot of opportunity for you, because there are a lot of agents who would like to watch Osimhen, they would like to watch Galatasaray. So they would like to watch big clubs like Fenerbahce, Trabzonspor, Besiktas. So if you are playing with such team and such players, I think it's good. It's good for you, the player. Yeah.
When you are going into such games, how do you psych yourself up, and what do you tell yourself going into a game like that?
Okay, I'm not a scary person. Yeah, I'm not a scary person. I'm very bold, and I have that confidence. So in such games, I feel like it's a normal game for me. I don't feel any pressure, nothing. Yeah, I just feel confident and just go on the pitch and do my work. That's it.
Against Fenerbahce in particular, I paid attention to that game and you did quite well. How did it feel like coming up against a coach like Mourinho, and there's also Alexander Djiku there? How did it feel like facing Mourinho?
Yeah, as everyone knows, Mourinho is a big coach. He has a lot of style. He won a lot of trophies. So, it was great. And as the team called Fenerbahce per se, even if not Mourinho and the players, the club is kind of, I don't know if I should say, like spiritual way or something. There are some clubs, they have that spirit behind it. Yeah, that's how Fenerbahce is. Even if they don't play good, yeah, even if you have better team than them, better players than them, that spirit will overcome you. That's how the club is. So you could see that we play with them, but at the end of the day, you see that they will score, they will find the back of the net. Yeah.
So, for example, like in Ghana, when a lot of players are going to play against House of Folk or Asante Kotoko, it's like a final for them.
Exactly.
So how is it the same for you playing against?
Yeah, it was.
And after the game, how did you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. I felt very good because for you to play against Fenerbahce, it improves your CV and your value. Yeah, it improves your CV and it makes everyone knows you. Yeah, it makes you get recognized a lot. Yeah, so it was fun. It was good.
Now let's still talk about your season. As a midfielder, you played about 24, 25 games, started 23 of them, and provided 3 or 4 assists. So, but the teams unfortunately couldn't maintain its place in the league. What's next for you?
Okay, like I mentioned before, this season was great for me in the Super League, and there are a lot of opportunities, outside and inside as well. So we are still working. My managers are still working on it. Yeah. So before I go back, I think everything will be finalized for us to know the next step. Yeah.
So will you be playing in the second division or?
For now, I may say no, because we've already made our mind. Yeah. So I may say no.
So which leagues or clubs are you looking at playing if you will not be playing for Bodrum in the upcoming season?
Okay, the clubs, I can't state them right now because I don't know. Because there are a lot of clubs, but I can't state that this or that. For the country, I may say Belgium, France, Portugal, Spain, Italy, and let's say Netherlands and England. Yeah.
So you personally, you've not played professionally in any league.
Exactly.
How are you adapting to the demands in that league?
Okay.
There's a lot of passion we see among the fans. How is that like?
You see, Turkey Super League is one of the difficult leagues. Yeah, it's one of the difficult leagues. You see, most of the players, when they are at the end of their career, that's when they come to finish everything. As you say, right now, there's this Leroy Sané is in Galatasaray right now. So you can see the league is kind of, big players, and also you got a lot of experience, and for me, I may say for me to be able to play in the Super League, yeah, I think I don't think I can play in any league outside Turkey. I don't think I can play.
So they just concluded season. Which game would you say is the most difficult you've played in?
Yeah, against Fenerbahce.
What makes it difficult?
Because let me say the second league rather. The first league it was okay. Like we were able to play with them, but at the end, we lost 2-0. Good, at least our first time in the Super League. But the second league, when things changed, things turned upside down. When they brought the new coach, Stars, so it makes things a little bit difficult. And also, it was after the national break, so some of our players went to the national assignment. So when they came back, they weren't able to start as Bodumspor strong team. So you can see he makes them with the substitute that we play with Fenerbahce, and they play with all their squad. So you see, you do a lot of work, and it wasn't easy. That's why I said that's a very difficult game.
So which would you say is your best game? Like this game, after playing the game yourself, you have the feeling that, wow, I've really done well and I've enjoyed myself in this game.
Yeah, I can say 2 games against Besiktas and against Trabzon.
Why?
Trabzonspor. Okay, Trabzonspor, they are a big club.
Yes.
So I went away. That's in their stadium. Yeah. I think after the game, if let's say Bodumspor, I was the best. Yeah, the game I was the best, and also you could watch the stars, everything. You could see that. Yeah. So I think that was one of the best, and also Besiktas as well. Besiktas, it was a big club as well, like I said. Yeah, so it was a good experience. Also, I also played good there. The start was good. Yeah.
Looking ahead, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Okay, let me say I started from a difficult background, and gradually, I'm climbing, I'm climbing the success one after the other. So I may say everything is time, and when there's time, there's also, chance for you to, utilize, your ambitions.
Musa Mohammed there, very promising player who definitely in future will be playing for the Black Stars, and we'll hope to see him there, hopefully even in the World Cup. And that's all we have for you on Prime Sports tonight with me, Razak Musbao. Please do have a wonderful evening. Coming up next is PM Express.